Welcome back to more Disco Elysium. I have made the decision that I'm going to go outside and investigate some other things because I feel like I'm advancing the main plot of the story a little bit too quickly, and I'm scared that I'm going to miss out on all the side content. So there was a quest for me to go talk to Clausier without Kim, but before 11 o'clock, so between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. So I decided that I'm going to go outside, try to do some of the other tasks, try to investigate a little bit more until maybe like 10:30 or something, and then come back and talk to Clausier then. So with all that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. And I think what I want to go do is talk to Kuno about the armor piece that apparently he threw into the ocean, and then I want to go investigate the apartments for the man in the library, or the library man that I found dead at the end of the pier. Alright, let me talk to Kuno here.
Kuno saw you wield that can. Sweet graffito action, pig. Kuno likes that delinquent shit.
Papa's bad to the bone, Kuno. Rotten to the core.
Kuno's part is. You're just shit at life. Now what's your case with Kuno?
I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
He raises his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference.
You should thank him.
Let me see what I want to say here. He said to thank you. Wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
He looks slightly confused.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. Don't be saying what Kuno said back to Kuno. Get the fuck out of here, Patterson Kuno.
He throws his hands in the air.
After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Alright, looks like he's not giving me a hint about where that helmet is. Manana said that Kuno kicked it into the ocean. I was hoping Kuno could give me a little bit more hint on that. I don't know, but now that I'm rich, I'm going to buy the pants. That is a task as well. And it's +1 physical instrument, +1 savoir-faire. I want to buy the fawn pants.
Here, pig. We're fun now. Performance buddies.
Kuno unzips his jacket again and pulls out the pants out of the plastic wrapping.
Kuno could already see you soaring through the air like a fucking eagle. Pig's in Kuno's debt now. Money debt.
Money debt doesn't mean anything. He's just saying words. You're not in his debt.
Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Let me look at these pants here. Where'd they go? Right here. Entry-level fawn modular track pants meant for the urban athlete to get started down the fawn path. Labels say hydrophobic 100%, Simon Tech, and Fawn Mirova Lab, creating an air of pseudoscientific mystery around these pants. They feel rubbery and futuristic to the touch. So this is yellow and pink. I guess I could put it somewhere here. Let me put it like right there. Alright, that's good enough. I'll do organizing off screen, like in between episodes. I don't want to bore you guys with that. So now let me go to the apartment and investigate apartment unit number 20. And that's in relation to the dead man at the end of the pier. Then I do want to go back to the fishing village. I want to go investigate the cathedral. There was that other little area with music that I need to go investigate. Alright, which one was 20? I do not remember. Moss crawls on the bathroom tiles. Actual moss. So this was Kuno's dad's apartment, and there's a new check that opened up here for me. Kuno de Ryuter is the name of the unfinished homework. It's from 2 years ago. Okay. Dang, which one was 20? I don't remember. I wish they had numbers outside of them. I already talked to this bus like many episodes ago.
A plaster cast bust.
Yeah, just double checking. Is that 20? No, there's nothing in here. Let me talk to her.
Give me a moment.
The cleaning lady still seems to be having difficulty breathing. I'm looking for Billy Mejan. Do you know where she lives?
It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the Mejans in apartment 20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
Okay, very good. Thanks, I'm off. One of the doors on the balcony, not here. Let me talk to her, though. I could probably talk to her about the art that I made.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Piss and Fuck the World sent their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
They seem to hold you in high esteem.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Skulls are cool. Can I be a skull?
Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
Okay, then, how's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
She's making a valiant effort to come off as a nihilist, but she's really just an angry little commie. No wonder she was talking about the streets flowing red. That's what happened during the revolution.
So tell me, what's it like being a skull and a communist?
You got me, pig shit. I don't make for a very good skull. I like animals too much. Simians and pigs. But I'm still gonna write some damn good graffiti-o on this wall.
So you won't talk about the murder, but maybe you can tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Is it armor art? Art for the, body?
Ugh, alright, sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell.
Could that girl have been little Lily? It's not a bad place to start.
I know a little girl in the village. Little Lily.
Could have been her. Small kid with giant white armored hands. If you've seen one of them, you've seen them all.
There weren't any other small girls in the village.
Okay, that's definitely a lead. I came here to talk to her about the graffiti I made on the wall, but I guess I can't talk about that. Alright, catch you later, Cindy. Let me go in here real quick, see if anything else opened up now that some of my skills leveled up. 100 tiny scurrying feet beneath the grate, the rats of the city. Fire. Suddenly you feel the box is on fire. Why? Ooh, nice. Pyrrolidon. Free drugs. Nice. Alright, let's keep going. I need to go to the other side of the balcony so I can get to door number 20. Over here. was this thing? Did I ever open this?
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20.
Okay, well, there you go. That's apartment 20.
Something smells good. Soup allons, yo. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Don't knock! Just leave! You don't need this! You don't need to sad it up!
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
He looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell her he's...
Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
What if I don't want to do this?
Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this information. It just has to happen, as soon as possible.
Alright, I think I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Let me knock.
Hello? Who is it?
A voice calls out from the other side of the door.
And someone turns down the radio.
Is this Billy Méjean's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please give us a moment.
You hear shuffling inside?
Tidying up. Nervously. There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
She unlocks the door. Alright, let me look around before I talk to her. Just gonna snoop, of course. A chalk-drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. A textbook for high school mathematics, trigonometry, mostly. Clock is ticking away with odd cheerfulness. Its ticking makes you anxious, rings hollow in the room. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the wall. An empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. The same brand of cigarettes you found in the trash next to the deceased. Hello, detective. 1 second, I'm snooping. Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Some leftovers kept warm on a stovetop. Smells like buckwheat and onions in here. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Can't they afford curtains?
It's you from the bookstand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
She smiles nervously before the smile vanishes from her face.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face.
No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
Something changes in her expression.
How about some small talk before you break the news? Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place.
I agree. I'm just gonna go for it. I feel like it's best to just get straight to the news. My empathy is 4 here. Maybe I should leave and try to put on items. Yeah, let me see if I have any empathy items. Any empathy items? No, these are all my yellows. Let me look at the purples here. I think I have a couple of doubles. Yeah, I don't have any empathy stuff, so let me go for it.
She looks up, too anxious to say anything.
Tell her about the dead body.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Mejean, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Your husband, Victor Mejean, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh.
She touches her neck, ice pale like pearls in seawater.
Oh. But he was just...
She looks at the kitchen table, where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
She turns to you. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotch. Her double chin is shaking. It's still early to say, but at first glance, it seems like he slipped and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold.
She withdraws, trying to picture the scene.
How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
It's hard to say at this point.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
The lieutenant takes out his handkerchief and offers it to the woman. She nods and slowly wipes away her tears. Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
She breathes in. The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly.
It burns like acid. Unreal.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No, take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
She nods, but with a wretched expression.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over her cheeks. They have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
She runs out of breath. Again, I'm very sorry, ma'am.
We should step outside and talk.
The lieutenant nods at the woman, then looks back to you, his voice lowered. I'm gonna set the library card by her and leave the room. Okay, let me talk to Kim here.
You did well.
The lieutenant says, as soon as you've left the apartment, the balcony feels cold and quiet with a stunning view over the district. I could have done more.
You did enough.
He pauses, rubbing his hands together to generate some heat.
Can save the whole world, you know.
Can't bring the dead back.
What now?
I'll call the station tomorrow and let them know the name of the deceased.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Right. This is closed then.
Let's go.
Okay. Very good. Let me take a look here. I can find the armored gloves. The gloves of the hangman armor might still be around in the neighborhood. Try to locate them. Ask the little girl in the fishing village down by the coast who knows something about the armored gloves. Okay. So let me go on down to the coast. I've been eager to get back there ever since I first got there. I do want to see if I'm able to find anything else that's interesting. Actually, I'm going the wrong way. I can, I'm going the wrong way again. I can swift travel to the fishing village and the cathedral, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to manually run there because I think there were a couple of other things along the way. Really want to make sure I'm just not missing anything. And again, I'm going to investigate for another couple hours or so, and then I'll head back to the Whirling in Rags and try to talk with the main suspect once again. Lassier. Let me manually go through here. I'm holding my tab key to see if anything highlights along the way. I already checked this one, right? Let me double check. Pretty sure I checked this one.
Nothing's changed about this trap. You need to check the others.
That's what I thought. Okay. Here, this is where I got the cassette player, so I already checked out that little area. Already checked this area too. Seems the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. Okay, we're back at the fishing village here. Let me talk to her, see if she has anything new for me.
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with you and those waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me.
She tilts her head and looks at the sea.
But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
It's an installation. Very conceptual.
An installation? Us poor people are stupid and don't get installations. All I see is a heap of trash. This actually calls for a funeral, I think.
You're suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
What an odd thought. Maybe I should.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gotvaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I'm in, but organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities like rejuvenate the doomed commercial area or...
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
What about the date? Still very low. Don't know a good spot yet. I still need to explore the coast. I'm not going to ask her for the signature that Everett asked for. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to try to forge the signatures or do something else. I don't know yet. Be seeing you. This is my shack that I get to sleep in. Let me see if she has anything for me.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you, but it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
Hell yeah.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
The lieutenant says, rubbing his thigh. Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you take better care of it than its last owner.
Goodbye, I'm off. That's the jacket that I found that was covered in bird poop. Oh, that's nice. +1 pain threshold, +1 half-light, but it is a task for me to give it back, so I think I will.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Bye, kids. Take care. The door's closed for today. Time to put the kids to sleep. Dang it, so I can't go in there. I have to come back tomorrow. That's where Lily is, who apparently knows where the helmet is.
Tequila Sunset.
Okay, here's your jacket. Fresh and washed.
My jacket?
Yeah, it was pretty filthy, though, so I got it clean for you.
A look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Rosemary, what the fuck is Tequila talking about?
Aye, that's the jacket you stole 2 weeks ago. From the kid who was making it with his gal on the beach.
That's disgusting. I've never done anything like that in my life. You're both delusional. Found. That's medium concept stuff.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend. I'm calling it. It's neurological.
So do I keep it, or do I try to force it on him? Let me look at this. Where's that task? Here we go. Find Idiot Doom Spiral's jacket. All it says is to find it, not to give it back. I'm gonna keep it. Your loss. I'm keeping the jacket for myself.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. I'm sure it looks great on you.
It's an okay jacket, if you are into that look.
Okay, so... yeah, I still need to listen to one more story from him, so I'm going to say, hey, sorry for being a buzzkill earlier. I'll supply the booze if you supply the stories.
Wonderful.
I guess I'll give him that Commodore Red.
Classy.
He snatches the bottle and pushes the cork in through the bottleneck.
This last one is the most Martinet story I've ever heard.
He takes an almost comically long swig. Thus fortified, he continues.
I've never heard it mentioned outside of here. At first, I thought it was a joke, to be honest. But I've been on the coast 8, 9 months now, and in that time, I've seen at least 3 expeditions come through, searching for something.
A shovel hits the sand somewhere behind the reeds, near an abandoned construction yard. The young men look over their shoulders suspiciously. The sound of their digging seems loud in the sudden silence.
Cryptids?
Magic animals? No, man, this is serious stuff.
A place to call home.
No, Tequila. Most people already know where they live. It's guys like you and me that are the exceptions.
Your lost keys.
Hey, hey! Fuck you, Tequila.
Okay, fine. What kind of expeditions?
All kinds. I've seen archaeologists, gangsters, even a bunch of ad agency types. I'm telling you, Tequila, this thing's got a pull on certain kinds of people.
What exactly are we talking about here?
Some of those expeditions come back after a week or so, looking haggard and dejected. Others don't return at all. The first time I saw one of these expeditions, I thought they were fucking with me. There was no way it could be true. It was just too high concept, even for me.
Wait. There's no way. It can't be. Or can it?
I'm not even sure I should be telling you this story, to be perfectly honest. You're in a fragile state, and it might be too much for you to handle.
I can handle it.
Okay, fine, I'll tell you. But I'm warning you, it's pretty out there. Our story begins at a legendary design studio, right here in Martinez.
His eyes narrow with mystery.
There was this designer. His exact name is lost to history, but in life, he was a legend. Made it big in Aranya, where he did some real pioneering work on grotesque and sans serif typography. A fucking genius, man. That is, if he even existed. Who knows? It's an urban legend, after all.
He takes a swig, wipes his mouth, then continues.
He existed, all right. You feel it deep within your basal ganglia. He was as real as you are.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about...
Anyway, sometime later he started his own personal studio here in Martinez. And that's when he started working on some really wild stuff. I'm talking some glass-smooth, forward-looking design language, the kind of thing that would totally overthrow the old regime, design-wise.
A paradigm-shattering revolutionary?
But then, something turned. You see, it's widely known that nose candy and pioneer graphic design work go hand in hand.
Wait, nose candy?
You know tequila, nose candy, the white railroad, party powder.
He taps the side of his nose twice.
The kids on the streets also call it Snow Day.
Or Emelan gold. For the plateau on which most of the world's supply is grown and harvested, typically by slave labor.
Sinus salt, the white knight.
Can't see, for its popularity among the aristocratic class of the prior century.
Along with a number of more banal street names. Blow, of course, but also flake, powder, pearl. Really, anything that's white will work. He's talking about cocaine.
Oh, you mean cocaine?
Shit, yeah, tequila. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
He gives you a camaraderie bump on the shoulder as a couple of millimeters of booze slosh out of his bottle. So what happened to him?
You've got to understand, the work this guy was doing was so high concept that regular amounts of cocaine just weren't cutting it. By the end, they were bringing it in by the lorry load. Now, as you might imagine, snorting that much cocaine can't be healthy for a regular human, right?
Right. Wrong. Do it all the time.
All the time?
All day, baby.
Hey, tequila, pay attention. The story goes that one day he was balls deep in work on what he thought would be his pièce de résistance, an advert so minimal it contained neither text nor images, just pure white. Apparently the idea was too high concept even for this genius. He dropped dead right at his desk before he could finish. His last words are recorded to have been, "It's as white as a blizzard of cocaine."
What a loss for the world of design.
I know, tequila. I know.
He takes a swig, considers pouring some of it for the lost genius, then thinks better of it.
But the story doesn't end there. Supposedly, when they performed the autopsy, the coroner discovered nearly a quarter-kilo of coke jammed into his nasal cavity.
That's almost certainly anatomically impossible. Wrong again, nerd. Where there's a will, there's a way.
I love the conflicting dialogue that you can get between the different areas of your brain, I guess you can call it.
That's right. 250 grams of blow had accumulated in there over the years. We're talking high-grade Saramaritian pure. Not that cut-rate shit your grandma does. There are those who believe the designer was buried with this quarter key of nose candy still lodged in his sinuses. That's what those expeditions are looking for.
The cocaine skull.
The cocaine skull.
The cocaine skull.
Wow.
No. Wow.
And why do people think the skull is here in Martinez?
Here's the kicker. This designer, this lead designer of a world-famous design studio, was born in Martinez. A local boy, Martin Martinez. That's why he brought his studio here, back to where it all began. And that's why they buried him here, too. Perhaps right under Ab's pipe there.
He points to the pipe.
Or probably further down the coast, or in some yard in Martinez proper. A hidden mausoleum, no one knows exactly.
No, my grandma always told me his grave lay somewhere on the islets on the bay.
This is ludicrous and physically impossible. Sinuses can contain that amount of anything.
Now, detective. Always the skeptic. My only question is, where does one get a shovel?
What have you learned from the other expeditions?
They're pretty vague about it in general. The gangsters like to claim they're looking for the grave of a friend, with picks and shovels. The archaeologists act all official about it, saying they're conducting serious research. Honestly, I think they're not really scientists, just rich. The junkies, for some reason, are pretty upfront about it. They just say they're looking to snort some blow out of a dead man's nasal cavity.
Honest men on an honest quest. You should join them.
By now, I'd say I know about as much about it as anyone on the coast.
What do these expeditions plan to do with it?
The archaeologists say they want to put it in a museum, the gangsters say they want to sell it on the black market, and the ad agency guys say they're seeking inspiration.
Bullshit. They just want to snort it. But you could beat them to it, Harry. You could snort the magic skull cocaine instead.
I'm pretty sure they all just want to snort it, though.
And why wouldn't they, eh? Sounds like right strong stuff.
Rosemary, you said something about islets?
Don't listen to him or his grandma. He's just making things up.
No, my grandma told me. I've heard other people say it too. That it's underwater. Or no, maybe it was the storm sewers.
Or maybe it's in the air. Or in an ancient step pyramid offshore.
In a pyramid? Now that would be something.
Okay, I'm convinced. Let's go find it.
Whoa. Hold on just a minute. Finding it right now is literally impossible.
What?
Why?
For one, the way is blocked by that big lorry that says Delta Logistics Company on the side. You definitely have to search the area behind that lorry too, yet it is impassable. And second, outfitting an expedition like that is expensive. It'd have to be a big production to do the cocaine skull justice. You need new gear, people who know what they're doing, all kinds of provisions. It's just not feasible within the economic and temporal frame of our current setup. Matter of fact, unless a bunch of money just falls out of the sky, we might never know what's up with that skull.
I have to agree. We barely have what we need to solve the case we've got now. We can't afford to run around chasing after quasi-mythical pieces of drug paraphernalia. Besides, it would look extremely bad for the RCM to be caught up in something that has the word cocaine writ large on it. The PR is tricky on this.
Damn, that's too bad.
Wait, maybe there's another way. Maybe up around the coast? Don't give up now.
Yeah, well, that's the reality situation for you. Who knows, though? Maybe someday we'll get our chance.
Are there any more stories you can tell me?
Not that I can think of, currently.
I guess that makes sense. You have been drinking a lot.
That might be the case, yes.
There's an option here for me to try and get him to sign the documents, but I want to try to forge them, I think.
Okay, let's step aside for a second. I have something I want to talk about. I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style.
My style? What about it?
It's, well, a little eclectic, don't you think? How would you even describe what you're wearing?
Eclectic is for pop music with indigenous percussion. You're a sartorial maverick.
Hobo chic.
Well, I can't say it doesn't fit you. Still, you might try branching out a little. You know the expression, the clothes make the man. The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world.
I'm not taking style tips from someone who dresses like a washed-up tip-top racer.
This washed-up tip-top racer knows how to sew a lapel and center a back vent.
The lieutenant raises one eyebrow at you.
So if you want to wake up next to anyone other than Commodore Red, you might do well to take notes. Anyway, we should probably get back to the case.
I can't believe he's trying to tell me that I don't look good. It's ridiculous. My cop looks spectacular. Let me check down here. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. There's that bench. Don't need the bench. Sounds of life in the north. A washboard scrubs filth from fabric. Through the broken glass, dusty shelves, and a forgotten chair. Got more care here. Did I go in here before? I don't remember this. So I got a Cold City postcard. A cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. And a drama bow knot, which I'll never wear because I refuse to take out my horrific necktie. You can see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. Almost looks like somebody was tortured here or something. I don't know.
It's only a red chair. Just a red chair in an empty shack, with what looked like a dusty bow tie on the shelf. Nothing to see here, right?
Hey Kim, where are we?
In someone's abandoned shack. On the coast. In Martinez.
He's afraid you've forgotten suddenly.
What's with the red chair?
Nothing. It's just a piece of furniture.
He looks at the chair, gathering dust.
Red paint is peeling off it. Looks like blood, no?
What's with the red bow tie?
It's just a piece of clothing you've picked up. You do that, officer. You collect clothes sometimes.
He sounds a little worried. It's an odd habit.
You better not fucking think about ditching me for some shitty cum-stained bow tie! You and I are gearing up for the final showdown that's gonna be off all walls. You wait and see.
Don't worry. My horrific necktie, I will never replace you.
Yes, agreed. You should never take your necktie off. Ever.
Alright, let's move on. Let me just take a little peek, though. A little peek at the bow knot. You're sure that wearing this tie is a statement. You're not sure what kind of statement, though. This postcard depicts a forest of smokestacks releasing fat plumes of smoke into blue cloudless sky. The tinge of age, the color of old teeth, gives it a sticky look. Written on the back is a single sentence repeated twice. I got out. I got out. No address C. Okay. And I think that's good enough over here. Let me head up towards that cathedral. I think everything else here has been explored thus far. I gotta wait till morning to go in there. Question is, which way am I going? I think up here, right? You should come back here when it snows. A strange feeling. It passes quickly. A dead phone. A smashed receiver. Like someone hung up too hard. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
I'm gonna put in 10 cents and dial a random number. 00524031155.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
Yes, it's me, Pierre.
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
It gets lonely even when you're with people.
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Wonder if this goes anywhere, but I'm going to try again. I'm going to put in another 10 cents and dial a different random number, 00551179112.
Calling. Still calling. Again? Seriously? Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, you're electricity. No, what you are is a surprise. Get his wife on the phone.
Hey, Gerard. Get your wife for me, will you?
Who is this?
What do I want to say? Doesn't matter. Put her on. I don't like waiting.
Who the fuck do you think you are talking to me like that?
The voice on the phone is suddenly very agitated. I'm the guy who's fucking your wife, Gerard. Now put her on before I lose my patience.
Just tell me what's going on here. Bien, come here.
Now you have fear too. The voice gets further away from the microphone, then yells.
The sounds are muffled. You can make out two people, a man and a woman called Bien. They're talking to each other in agitated voices. There's a shuffle of feet. Children, maybe. Amid the howling in the wire, you make out a woman's voice with a thick Samaran accent. Gerard, this is a joke. Someone is making a joke. More shouting. You're pretty sure you hear a man saying fuck several times. Then the crackle in the phone line gets violently louder, like the surf breaking.
I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep fucking your wife, Gerard.
What the hell are you doing?
What? Just having a bit of fun. What's the big deal?
Big deal?
Not a muscle moves in the lieutenant's face.
This has lowered his opinion of you, but only a little.
Let's just go. I've had enough of this phone booth.
Alright. Well, that was that. I just feel like my scumbag cop would have handled the situation like that. Anything else here?
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. The lieutenant shrugs apathetically, then walks a little distance away to concentrate on his notes. Looks like he'd rather not get into it again.
So this is a different number. I wonder if this is like an infinite loop or if this actually goes anywhere. Let me try one more time, alright? Last prank call.
Calling. Still calling. Still calling.
Stop calling me, man.
Someone picks up. The voice on the other end is slightly hysterical.
I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
Yes, but slight change of plans. I want this delivered to the Whirling Ann Rags at Martinez.
Tethys. Hey! You're not Tethys. Screw you, and don't ever call here again. You're fucking with some serious people.
Disconnect tone.
Are we about done with this now?
The lieutenant has taken a few steps back. Alright, for now. I might come back to this in a later episode, but I feel like I should move on. Again, I'm on a time schedule. I need to get back to Classier before 11 p.m., so... Oh, wait a second. This is not the church. This is the pier. I think the cathedral is over here. Yes, it is. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. The sign reads St. Brunei 1147. Let me inspect the outside of the church first, and then I'll go in there. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. I got a little bit of money. An altar shrouded in dark. Or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Let me do a perimeter check around the church. Let me go up here. I want to make sure I am investigating everything as best I can. Yeah, like, what's up here? Have I been up here? No, I have not. Big chunk of money here. Oh, there's a door, some stuff. The rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. The building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one. The chain trails off into the ocean, to who knows where. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
So very low, it's an interfacing check, and it's a red check, so I cannot retry it. Let me see if I have any interfacing stuff. I know these, yeah, the gloves are interfacing, but I already have them on. So composure, reaction speed, several fair. Yeah, I don't think I have any more. Just double checking here for some doubles. I'll organize this inventory again before the next episode. Fawn Windbreaker. This windbreaker is like a protective cocoon, placing the wearer's torso into a pocket universe where wind, water, dirt, and fire cannot harm them. Huge writing, 100% synthetic, is proudly displayed on the chest. It lets absolutely no air through. Warning, item actually not fireproof. Just gonna try it, I guess.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Let's try it.
You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
Huh? The door's shut tight. How can we get in there?
We don't get in there.
What do you mean? We get into, like, everywhere.
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
But that's who I am. Who we are.
Yeah, I understand you. I like opening doors as much as the next guy. But this one is simply beyond repair, and we don't have the resources needed to open it. Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And thus they can't get in.
He looks at the door with a rueful smile.
At least you can think about opening it. About doors in general. They are After all, fundamental to your life. Perhaps something useful would come from this.
Dang it. Alright, I'll walk away. Got a thought from it. Let me take a look. One more door. God damn it. It cannot be a disgrace. That door on the coast. Do you remember the one, right? The one that leads to the abandoned supply depot. Why in the name of all that's holy does it not open? Why? There has to be a way to get through that unopenable door. By gods, you're the police. All doors are supposed to open before you. What would the others at the precinct think if you can't open a goddamn door? There must be a way. I might internalize that, but I don't know. Let me think about it. Let me keep exploring here. Right, there's another cage. Let me come up here, do a full perimeter check. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Teomurutiri. You take a mental note. Teomutiri. Seems important somehow. Someone's made a campfire here not a long time ago. Oh, a long time ago. Sorry. A rusted broken control box for the radio relay tower. This ladder is too rusty. The sea air has eaten away at it. This relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay. Barely. Another tie here, a scented scarf. Tiny inlets here, off in the far distance where the posts trail towards. This light springtime scarf smells like men's cologne mixed with cheap laundry detergent. Someone must have left it behind, probably from a date. Wear it if you want to delude yourself that spring has arrived. Okay, so not much else here. And here's the fourth and final cage, I think.
It takes you a moment, but finally, you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds.
Let me look around.
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze, weighed down by rain. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Let me reach for the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Gotta look closer.
No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Gonna have to look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
But what if it was the phasmid? What if it ate them and got out?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We're not cryptozoologists. We're cops.
Alright, fine. Let me keep exploring here, see if there's anything else along this coast. The boardwalk rises to your south and casts a long shadow over you. Alright, nothing here. Got some more money and a white polo shirt. This shirt looks worn and smells a bit. You can't help but wonder, who would leave it stuffed in a tear container? What kind of man would even wear a polo shirt? This might be one of life's mysteries that will never be solved. Okay, very good. I think I'm gonna check the other side of the church before I go in there. Can't go up there, so yeah, let me go this way then. let me come this way, I guess. Yeah, let me just check around here. Oh, look at all these posts. Money. More money. What's with all the money on these posts? Oh, this is that little music rave tent. So I'm probably gonna... Probably not gonna go there yet. I'm gonna take care of that church. Let me check up here, make sure there's nothing on this side. Okay, nothing here. Must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Yeah, let me not go here yet. Let me head back to the church. Let me finally go inside. Looks like I still have a bit of time tonight before I need to be back, so let me just at least go in here. But actually, this is a great cliffhanger. Been recording for a while, so we will check out this church in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then. Be sure to leave a like on the video. Thanks. Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.